everybody. Today I am going to demonstrate to you how to use the Jig Saw scroll saw. Now some of you might be like, hey, that's a scroll saw. Some of you might say, no, that's a jig saw. What is the difference? Well, a scroll saw has a variable speed, which you can control how fast or slow your blade is going to be going up and down. Jig saw is one constant speed. A lot of people have these at home, so all the safety rules apply just like they did on the band saw. It's just a little bit different about how we have to have our upper guard. So I'm going to run through some of these things. First thing that you want to do when you come up to one is take a look at the blade. Is it tensioned properly? What does the word tension mean? To pull tight. If this blade is wiggly wobbly on there, let us know. I don't want you to go ahead and fix that because these machines are older than I am. All right, they're from the 50s. I know you think I'm pretty old, but still. Anyways, they're from the 50s. And parts are really hard to get replaced and stuff like that, so let the teacher do any of those things, but you want to double check. If you come over here, check the tension on the blade and make sure that the blade's not broken. The other thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that your upper guard is going to rest on your material. So you take your material, set it underneath this upper guard, and hopefully there's a little bit of pressure putting on it. The blades on these go up and down. Unlike the bandsaw, it goes around and around. So if you don't have your upper guard pushing down on your material is just going to sit and flip-flop up like this and be really hard to control and cut. One other thing, we want to make sure that if we have to adjust our upper guard, we do not want to over-tighten, all right? We do not want to over-tighten the blade knob clamp that's over on this side, all right? So again, ask the instructor for help. We will happily come over and help you out. When we are cutting, you do not want to force your material. You don't want to cut too fast, pushing into there. All you're going to do is snap the blade. These blades, their widths are not that big, and they can snap very easily. So don't force your material. Let the blade do the cutting. If you feel like it's taking forever, let us know. We can change the blade out for you because the blade may have become dull over time. While you're cutting, really important, you need to make sure that you are holding your material down on the table. Again, it's an up and down motion. You need to hold that material down, otherwise it's just going to be flopping all over the place. Got to make sure you keep your fingers at least 2 inches away from the blade. All right, 2 inches away, so it's really great. Make sure your fingers never in line. Keep them 2 inches away off to the side of the blade when you're cutting. Avoid awkward hand positions. With a scroll saw, you can start making real intricate cuts and curves and things like that. And it's funny, I've seen students, as they're cutting, they'll start to twist and turn, and then their hands are in awkward position. That's no way to cut. That's very safe and dangerous because you could slip and accidentally hit the blade. Let's see. When we turn the machine on, you never want to start with your material against the blade. All right, we want our blade to come up to full speed, which takes about 3 seconds to do. All right, come to full speed before I begin to push my material into the blade. When we're cutting, sometimes little tiny pieces fall through our gap right here. Never reach underneath there. Turn the machine off, wait for it to come to a complete stop, then we can take a look underneath and clear out any debris that may have fallen through the crack on the table. If the blade breaks, it's going to start getting real loud and flip-flopping all up and down. It's going to be loud. First thing you do, turn off the machine. Shut it down. Don't be like, screaming and not knowing what to do and walk away from it. Turn off the machine. Then you can come get the instructor and we're happy to help you out. All right? Right up here, we have our blade tensioning. All right, knob right here. We also have our blade clamp knob on this side. I don't think you can see on the video, but again, these are things that the instructors are going to need to deal with if there's something wrong with it. And we have our upper guard. Those are the things we really want you to know. Now, again, general safety. Nothing should be by any moving part. So hair tied back, ties removed, sweatshirt strings tucked in. All right, safety glasses are a must. If I'm going to be cutting certain things, you may need to have a push stick so your fingers don't get anywhere near the blade, because again, you need to be away 2 inches away from the blade. If I was just going to cut a simple little squiggly line, you might need to cut relief cuts. You might need to think through your cut before you actually do it. All right, so I'm just going to take this, I'm going to turn it on, get my material down. off, wait for it to stop before you remove your pieces or reach around to the back. Now, I went ahead and I cut my piece. When I did this, for time's sake, I didn't cut this other little portion out. Notice I did not have to use relief cuts, but I did not force my material in there. I went slow. I like to cut to the outside of my line in case I make any mistakes. I can use the disc sanders or the files to go ahead and clean up any of my edges that need to be cleaned up. All right, if you have any questions, make sure that you ask, but hopefully you enjoy using the scroll saw and jigsaw as much as we do.